I know what you're thinking, that I'm a gold digger, right? Maybe so, but hear me out. Like most girls, I spend a lot of time on Instagram. You know how most people use it to brag about their life? Well, one day, I saw a post from one of those rich kids. His dad was a well-known billionaire in the telecommunications business. But this kid was living in the same city as me. I got curious and did a little research. I discovered that he had two hobbies: partying and fishing. And I found out that he often went fishing at a certain lake just 2 hours away from my home. I bought myself some fishing gear and went there every day for weeks. I was about to give up when I finally saw him. He was out on the little lake in a small boat. I waved at him and he waved back. I yelled, "Can I come in your boat?" He didn't respond, but changed directions and rowed towards me. He said, "Hey, how are you?" I told him, "I'm just out here enjoying nature. I was hoping to do some fishing." Of course, that was complete baloney, but he invited me onto his boat. We talked for hours. Everything I said were lies. Like, I told him I'd wandered around Yellowstone Park for 2 weeks. He believed every word, and even told me, "Wow, you're so impressive. Have you ever seen a bear?" I responded, "Yeah, a couple of times. And once I was in my tent and a pack of wolves started circling around it. I had my pepper spray ready, but luckily, they went away again." You see, he was happy to talk about nature because he was so passionate about it. After a long conversation, we exchanged numbers and went our separate ways. But the next week, we met at the lake again. This time, I'd prepared several other fake stories about how I'd been salmon fishing in Canada. I don't normally lie, but it can actually be a lot of fun. To be fair, though, he wasn't the smartest tool in the shed. I mean, I wasn't a good liar. He was just naive. But I wanted to take it a bit further, so we had a picnic on the grass. No one was around, and after a while I asked him, "Do you like me?" He said, "Sure." But I responded, "No. I mean, do you find me attractive?" He didn't answer right away, but then he said, "I guess so." That was good enough, and I leaned over to kiss him. He didn't stop it. After all, I'm okay looking. We met each other a few more times at his big mansion, and I always made sure he was enjoying it. Until I got pregnant by accident. You may think I'm a terrible person now, but the truth is both of us are. He's no prize. In fact, he's one of the most useless people I've ever met. He hardly ever goes to school and never works. He just takes money from his rich dad and spends it on stupid stuff. I haven't confronted him about the baby yet, but according to the laws in my state, he will have to pay me a lot in child support. I'm talking about millions of dollars. Of course, I don't know how much money he has right now, but his dad is already in his 80s. Once his dad dies, he will inherit billions, and my kid and I will get some of it. To be honest, I know I'll make far better use of the money than that worthless bum ever will.